Hello and welcome to this afternoon Taste Challenge. We're getting ready for the American Football Championships. Of course, everybody's going to watch that. But right now we're doing two American classic beers from 1849. Schlitz, the beer that made Milwaukee famous. There's the beer around the world belt. See with the belt buckle. And it says, well, you can't read it, but it says genuine pure on the regular label. But this recipe was introduced in 2007, have no doubt. Got a good date, guys. Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Well, not exactly. Because Schlitz was bought out going on 40 years ago by Stroh's, and Stroh's was bought out by Pabst going on 22 years ago. So 23 years ago, almost 23 years ago. So Schlitz has not been an independent company for 40 years, almost 40 years. It was late 1982. Miguel says, good afternoon. Last beer says, cheers. Cheers to y'all. Now the competitor is Rolling Rock Extra Pale Premium Beer, established 1939, Latrobe Brewing Company. That's true, but it's not owned by Latrobe Brewing Company anymore, and it's not made in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. This family-owned company sold out to Anheuser-Busch in 2006, and it is now brewed in other parts of the United States. The brewery was sold off to City Brewing, and now is part of City Brewing, contract brewer. This was made on the 5th day of 2022. 5th day of 2022. 25 days ago. 22 hours and 2 minutes at VB. Which is Virginia, maybe? VB, Virginia, something. Okay. Well, whatever. It's fresh. S for Schlitz. Aussie of Commerce. Aussie of Commerce. Cheers to you. Instead of Commerce, Aussie, of course. All right. Schlitz is made with water, barley malt, corn syrup, hops, Mount Hood and Willamette hops, and yeast. 4.7% alcohol, 20 international bitterness units. Much higher IBUs than regular American lagers, which are usually around 10. IBUs not listed for Rolling Rock, but the ABV is 4.4. Low alcohol, really, for the United States. Normal for Europe and England. You know, if you went to Ireland or England or Wales or the Isle of Man or the Channel Islands, 4.4 would be normal, like Guy's Eyes. All right. Want to see some old Rolling Rock? Here's Rock Red. I bought this over 20 years ago. Rock Red. Rolling Rock Red. We created this finely crafted red lager beer. Toasted caramel malt. Rich, robust taste. Yes. No longer produced, sadly, because the Rolling Rock Red was a mighty fine beer. Then they rebranded it as Rolling Rock. After the buyout, Anheuser-Busch rebranded it as Rolling Rock. Amber Lager. Premium Amber Lager. But sadly, and this was a real painted label. It was painted. It wasn't like a stick-on label. It was real paint onto the glass. Paint on the glass. Now, this one I bought in 1997 was paper. You don't see that too much. A paper label pasted onto the glass. And this was from Latrobe, Pennsylvania. The little stubby neck bottle, short neck bottle. Oh, that's an old one, huh? With the sign in the background and the horse head. Premium beer, but it still has the same ingredients as today. Water, malt, barley malt, rice, corn, hops, and brewer's yeast. Still made that way today by Anheuser-Busch. Water, barley malt, corn, rice, hops, malt extract, brewer's yeast. So it's a multi-grain beer that's using 3 different grains. Malted barley, corn, and corn products. I think syrup and rice. I picked Schlitz, says Jean-Pierre. Me too. Price, the Schlitz was $10.99 for the 12-pack. $10.99 for the 12-pack. Rolling Rock. I paid $6.29 for the 6-pack of tall cans. Didn't come to find out if I'd have gone up the road and taken a right. If I'd have gone up 51, U.S. Highway 51, and taken a right on U.S. Highway 190, I could have gotten it for 30 cents cheaper, but I didn't know. I didn't know Albertsons was going to have it on sale for $5.99. So a penny saved is a penny earned, or 30 pennies saved is 30 pennies earned, but I didn't know. I got to go blind with my eyes closed because one has a thicker head of foam. Okay. 4.7 to 4.4. Not a big difference, but still a difference. The big difference, though, is the 20 IBUs versus the not even listed IBUs because you know it's low. Rolling Rock is extra pale, so you see it's going to be very, very light. Schlitz is more burnished gold, and Rolling Rock is straw. Very pale lager. Aroma, kind of musty, kind of soapy. Like literally soap. But it must be Rolling Rock. Pale malt, white bread, and hop oils, hop resin. You know, little pine needles. So I'm saying this is Schlitz on aroma, but I'm not quite sure. Cheers. They don't sell Rolling Rock anywhere in my town or my parish. It's been pulled from every store. Can you believe it? But the link below, I used their locator tool and I put in the zip code. It was exactly correct. I knew I was going to Southeastern Louisiana basketball yesterday afternoon, and every store that it had listed had it. But I only had to go to 2, but the stores they listed had it. Schlitz, their locator tool does not work. Therefore, I did not even list it, their website. I put the Crescent Crown Distributing website, which gives better information and an accurate locator tool, I might add. Bread, grain, cereal grain. Tastes like a multigrain breakfast cereal without the sugar. You know what I mean? Like the grown-up old people cereal that they got on the top shelf. Bitterness, low. Body, medium. Finish, crisp. Here we go over here. No contest. Hops. Piney hops, like pine. But not like they had done it like from 2012 to 2014. At that time period, they had overhopped it and it tasted like an IPL, India Pale Lager. And I made comments about that, and then it seemed like they dialed it back to where it should have been. I don't think my videos had anything to do with that. Could have been other consumers saying, what's up with this You know why? It tastes like an IPA or India Pale Lager. Now it's more back where it should be. Was the recipe they used up till 2011 very hoppy? No, it wasn't. It's just basic beer, but it was just better than all the other basic beers. See what I'm saying? Basic, but better than all the other basic beers. If you watch Hoggy's old review from 11 years ago or whatever it was, he says, wow. You know, he doesn't do videos anymore. I don't know what happened to him, but he was like, wow, this thing is way better than all the others. And I was like, see? But then they improved it. They improved it. Now, Schlitz whipped up on Landshark yesterday. Landshark got whipped. Now, is Landshark a bad beer? No. Nope. In fact, I gave it a B, a good score. It just doesn't measure up to Schlitz. Is Rolling Rock a bad beer? No. It's a dying brand, I guess. I mean, they don't promote it or anything. If it faded from a whole parish, which y'all call counties in your states, counties, it's not a good sign, like old Milwaukee, but nice medium body, easy going, round beer. It's round. No hops or malts stand out. It's just round, meaning you can't differentiate anything. Nice, pleasant, no off flavors or aromas. Nothing wrong with it. It's Rolling Rock. I knew it. Ha. Schlitz. Look at the difference in the appearance. The Rolling Rock is, well, it's hard to see here, but the Rolling Rock is paler. Not as paler as I thought, but still paler. And it's so fresh. 25 days old. Oh, just over 3 weeks in the can. The Schlitz is pretty fresh too, I must say. Now, comments. So 2 wins for Schlitz, no losses. AMC, stonks. Shasta Rose says, Rana, I'm in North Carolina. Is there any way I could get Schlitz beer delivered to me, or does anyone know of a place that has Schlitz beer? I really don't know. But I would contact whoever in your area distributes Pabst, the distributor. They'll most likely have a website. Call their phone number, ask them, and they can tell you. Jean-Pierre says, shameful about Rolling Rock not being sold in your area, Jay. We get Rolling Rock here easily. Thumbs up. Well, I can't do anything about it. My Therns used to have it in 12-pack bottles forever. 12-pack of bottles. But then I went looking and they didn't have it. So I said, oh, well. Now I have to go to the next step. See if it's sold in Louisiana, but it is, you see. Oh, thanks. I'll try that. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm in upstate New York, and where I'm at, they don't Rolling Rock. You mean they don't sell Rolling Rock in bottles, and you find Schlitz. You can't find Schlitz unless it's the malt liquor. The malt liquor is good, but it's a different type of beer. The Schlitz is a lager, and the malt liquor is a Helles Bock. Rolling Rock, are you an angry video game nerd? I could be. Rock Prep 11, you can't. Ozzy says, we have Schlitz and Rolling Rock at many stores here in southeastern Michigan. See? Detroit. Lucky no Schlitz all here in North Carolina. Jordy's Den. What an interesting showdown, he says. I love Schlitz, but never had Rolling Rock. My money is on Schlitz. Your money is good. Good afternoon, Ron. Nothing like a fresh beer. I think a lot of people get a bad idea about imports because of old cans. Exactly. Get these cans that have been on the shelf for a year, and you say, oh, it's so, but it's old. Okay, I'll try that. Good. Shasta Rose. Here's a can of Rolling Rock that they put out for a little while. It looks like a foil can. Like it's look at the waterfall. Isn't that strange? Showing the Pennsylvania waterfalls and the sign, but it's a rope instead of the molding and the lattice work. And then there's some kind of thing in the background here. 1939. been the story of the 33. People say, well, it's 1933 when it came back after Prohibition, but it really wasn't introduced till 1939. It comes from the mountain springs to you. From the glass line tanks of old Latrobe. This could be before the buyout. No, it isn't. It isn't. Tap into your beer, 4.4% alcohol. Latrobe Brewing Company, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Missouri, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York. Ohio, Texas, and Virginia. Yes, so this is an Anheuser-Busch can that they put out for a little while. He might have been a 33-degree Scottish Rite Mason. You know, he could have been a past master, the guy that started it. And that was some kind of little signpost he was putting in there to wink to all of his lodge brothers and to hoodwink everybody else. I don't know. But he didn't hoodwink me. You know, Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's with his square hamburgers, keeping things on the level. Square hamburgers. 33-degree Mason. True story. All right. Bryce Regal says, sad I can't get Rolling Rock in bottles in my area any longer. I only saw cans yesterday, but I didn't search every store. That was my father's favorite beer. I only would have it from the bottle. AQ says, spitting facts. Abdurrahman Qureshi. Yes, I'm spitting facts. Jordy's Den says, Rolling Rock is an interesting beer for sure. We used to get it here, but we don't anymore. Sadly, I didn't get the chance to try it. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm going to have to look at this can to see if it's different from the other ones I have. I might have to save it. Looks the same as this one. Guess it's not different. Okay, good. I've got so many different ones. I didn't even show all the ones I've got. Like here's an old bottle that showed the lattice work at the bottom of the sign. They don't show that lattice work anymore. It's like a sign from a horse racing track. But like I said, I got more than these. Okay. Jean-Pierre, good day to you, sir. Big facts. Okay, last call. I got 5 cans of Rolling Rock left. Could I taste challenge it against other products? I could. I don't want to get this too out of control, though. You know, we'll do Rolling Rock versus Pabst Blue Ribbon, and do Rolling Rock versus Land Shark. You know? I mean, I could though. Both beers have nice artwork, but I like Schlitz better. Yes, me too. Schlitz. The hops make it. Maybe it's not just a kiss of the hops these days. It used to be a kiss of the hops. Maybe it's more like a, I won't say the word of the hops, but gives it an interesting character. Look at the lacing. Definitely not like most American lager beers. They probably tried to make it more like Brooklyn lager or Samuel Adams Boston lager, more craft style. Well, that's fine. May as well. You got to do something to differentiate yourself because you got no kind of promotion from your parent company. Cheers. Great challenge video, says Craig. Thank you. Craig Swinson. Lurk. Jordy drinking some Czech Bar this afternoon. I buy this stuff a lot. Czech Bar, great stuff. Okay. You want to see anybody want to see the World War II anniversary can? Rolling Rock was the first beer I ever tried, says Nicholas Funari. My grandfather liked it and gave me a sip as a little boy. It's probably healthy for you. Rolling Rock is pale, and it pales in comparison to Schlitz. Okay, how would I score it on this challenge? I don't want anybody going back saying, well, you know, in 2015 you scored Schlitz this. Okay, that was then. This is now. Innocent Gun, good. Schlitz, solid A, 94 out of 100, 9.4 out of 10. Great American lager beer, the best on the market. I'm talking about mass produce. You say Samuel Adams is mass produce. I'd go along with that, but still, people consider it a craft beer. No one considers Schlitz a craft beer. Samuel Adams has no adjunct. Schlitz does. It's the best of the American adjunct lagers, 94 out of 100. Rolling Rock. Well, do I like Mickey's? Oh, yes, I certainly do. I have to buy one of those. I saw it on your Tesco challenge video. I can get it in cans in Canada, though. Oh, they're talking to each other, I guess. All right. Well, I mean, Rolling Rock's fine. It's bland like Land Shark. It would be very comparable to Land Shark. That would be a battle. Dull versus dull. It would be more of a question of which one is less bland. It would be almost impossible to tell. I'll go with a B. 84 out of 100. It's a B. 8.4 out of 10. It's fine. Do I take issue with it? I don't take issue with it. Wouldn't be looking to buy it, except I bought it for taste challenge purposes. I mean, it's fine. I mean, but at the same price, Schlitz kills it, you know, whips it, beats it. It beats it by 10 points out of 100. 94 to 84. 94 to 84. True story. Rolling Rock, super bland. Yes. I don't know why people hate on Mickey's. I don't either. I don't know anybody who hates on Mickey's. Most people around this part of Louisiana drink it without any comments. You know, they just go to the store and buy bottles or cans, and they don't make a big comment about it. Mostly bottles here. I picked up a 6-pack of Mickey's today. Good choice. Good move, Ozzy. It's really pale, though. Rolling Rock is really pale. In the appearance, now that I'm picking up better lighting, it's really pale. And in flavor, it's just so bland. Not people just judge it because it's malt liquor. Yeah, well, people don't know the history of malt liquor. If they did, they wouldn't be so quick to judge. Not bad. Nowhere in my mind or my mouth did I say bad. I just say bland. Okay, I'll show y'all the World War II can anyway because nobody asked to see it. And spent $103.54 in total wine. Uh-oh, sound like me. I got a 6-pack of Boulevard Dark Truth today. Ooh. You want to see it. Do Mickey still have the wide mouth bottle? Yeah, for the 12 ounce, yeah. Uh-huh. I was at that same highway. I was on that same highway, United States Highway 51 in Hammond, Louisiana in 1996. I don't know why I was in Hammond in 1996, honestly, but regardless, I was there, and I was probably driving to Southeastern Louisiana University to pick up paperwork or something because I used to teach for them night classes from 1994 to 2002, and I would have to go up there once a month and check in with them and do paperwork and stuff. But I had stopped at one of those stores on the 51 convenience store gas station, and they had this in the cooler. It said copyright 1945. Well, obviously it wasn't from 1945. And I said, that's a different looking Schlitz can. So it was the 50th anniversary of the end of World War II. And they tried to mimic what the cans looked like in 1945. Okay. So it said 1945 to 1995. And this can was from I can't make out that. That's an impossible code to figure out. It was probably left over from 95. It was early 96. 1945 to 1995, 50th anniversary of World War II. Then, now, and forever. Replica. It says this is a replica of the classic 1945 Schlitz can. Schlitz invites you to raise a glass in honor of the courage, sacrifice, and determination of American veterans, their families, and those on the home front. There we go. Genuine Schlitz beer brewed with just a kiss of the hops. Made in the USA beer, the beer that made Milwaukee famous. So this was I said, I gotta buy this, this 6-pack of pint cans, because it's a 1945 replica can. It didn't exactly look like this. They didn't have a pull tab. You had to open them with a thing, But that's a cool collectible, I guess. Of course, the beer inside was good. Well, now we're about to close this out. In Ontario, I could get three 750 milliliter bottles of Smirnoff at the Liquor Control Board of Ontario for just under 100, 27 each. I guess you mean $10. I'm sure you got more booze for your money from Total Wine. Oh, you talking about liquor? Smirnoff vodka, $100. Y'all getting ripped off. But you got to pay for all the free stuff. That's awesome. Schlitz, nice. Schlitz sees. If Schlitz loses, I'm unsubscribing, says Brad Thiel. Well, it didn't lose. It won easily. ROC Prep 11 says thumbs up. Yes, the best deal is the 2 15-packs of natural ice that I got for $6.99 each. Whoa. If I saw natural ice 15 packs for $6.99 and it was within a good date, I would buy five packs easily. Alcohol is so expensive here in Canada because you got to pay for the free stuff. Auto craft, get it? You have to pay for the free stuff. Think about that for a minute. Yeah, I rarely buy Smirnoff when I can get good gin for $3 more. It just doesn't make sense to buy neutral grain spirit if it's not cheap. I'll give you all an example. There's a liquor store. It's actually a grocery store, but in Louisiana, grocery stores sell liquor. In Metairie, Louisiana, close to me, not really that far. So, over 30 minutes away, but it's not that far. And I go there about 7 times a year. It's called International Market. They have 1,000, get this straight in your mind, 1,750 milliliter bottles of vodka. 1,750 milliliter bottles of vodka. It's called Nikolov, I think. Nikolov. It's probably made by one of the big companies, but it's just an inexpensive version of what they make. And it's $5.99. I'll repeat that. That huge handle bottle of vodka, $5.99. So why are you paying $45 for the same size bottle of vodka, which, if you read the Tax and Trade Bureau website for the United States government, vodka is supposed to be odorless, colorless, and have no discerning characteristics. It's treated with charcoal, filtered repeatedly, sometimes 7, 10 times through charcoal to have no character. It's supposed to be, it's more neutral than neutral grain spirits. See, neutral grain spirits are not the same as vodka. So when these people get on the internet stunting and talking trash about Canadian whiskey is brown vodka or American blended whiskey is brown vodka, they're wrong. They don't use vodka. They use grain neutral spirits, which is unaged and unfiltered. through charcoal. It's not treated with charcoal. It's cheap. Vodka is filtered once, twice, could be 7 times filtered through charcoal to take away any character. Taka is 4 times distilled and like 7 times filtered. Taka, cheap. And what are you doing with vodka? You say, well, I'm making Bloody Marys. Well, what do you think? Why are you paying $45 for the same size bottle that you can get for $5.99 and you're not going to taste the difference? You think the $5.99 vodka is going to taste bad? It's not going to taste. That's the point, man. Okay, well, anyway, I'm not going to get on that. I don't do vodka reviews, but come on, man. Yeah, Ozzy, it's like, I ought to look that up. Nicola vodka. I like Rolling Rock from the glass line tanks of Old Latrobe. I didn't like Rolling Rock when it was from Latrobe. It had a weird off flavor. It was like chalky in the mouthfeel, but it seemed like when Anheuser-Busch bought it, they improved it. I think they thought the same thing I thought. There's some weird off flavor with it. Rolling Rock description or vodka, both. $69.95 Canadian for a 1.75 liter of Tito's vodka. That's not cheap as your example, but still $60 more. Insanity, says Lurk. Colt 45 or Mickey's. Thai. Rolling Rock was my beer in the 90s. It tastes like seltzer water now. Yeah, it does kind of. AQ says, good point. And the entire purpose of vodka is to be tasteless. Read the Tax and Trade Bureau. It's very clear. In fact, if you drink vodka and it has flavor, I'm not talking about a flavored vodka. I'm talking about regular vodka and it has flavor, something's wrong with it. Just read the Tax and Trade Bureau website. It's supposed to be odorless, colorless, flavorless, and have no character. It's supposed to be as neutral as conceivably possible. Neutral grain spirits are not neutral. You can pick up corn and whatnot, but they're not, they're made for blending. They're not made to drink in Bloody Mary and whatnot. Is Rolling Rock about the same price as Bud Light or Miller Lite? No, it's a little bit cheaper. It's a little bit less expensive. Bottles, Ron. Yeah, it's still cheaper. Yeah, it's not an off flavor. It's Appalachian Heineken. Haha. All right. Well, as we close this out, Stoli is worth it. After that, it's just lining people's pockets. Stoli. I saw vodka yesterday. Give you an example. I was at Albertsons. They had the handle bottles for $9.99. That's still incredibly cheap. $9.99 for what was the name of that vodka? You can look up on their website. $9.99. But like I said, international market is $5.99. Stolichnaya. I'm talking about Stolichnaya. You're talking about but Albertsons had the Skull vodka. Skull. $5.96. No. $6.49. Yeah, $6.49 for a full-size bottle. $6.49. But why? I mean, $5.99 in international market. All right, well, let's get off of vodka. But but that's an interesting point. Is there a point in buying higher end vodka? There could be. I don't know a lot about vodka, but I've tasted the cheap ones. They tasted fine to me in the sense that they had no taste. I'm willing to bet Schlitz beat Rolling Rock. You'd win that bet. Perhaps. Do you think bourbon prices are getting out of hand? It seems over the few years it's skyrocketed over stuff that was $20 some years back. It's gotten out of hand in some ways, but you see there's two pathways. The expensive ones are running to the top of the mountain, and people are paying exorbitant prices. But the regular price ones are still cruising along at a decent price. Because like I saw Ancient Age straight bourbon whiskey aged 3 years yesterday for $9.99. $9.99 Ancient Age. All right. And they have many other bourbons you can get for the same price, $9.99. Even $8.99. Are they a lot worse than the real expensive ones? The dirty little secret is they're probably not any worse. They might be better in some cases. Don't let anybody hear me say that. But Schlitz and Blatz in those little glass kegs are pretty good. I like Blatz. In the 1990s, Rolling Rock was viewed as a premium beer. I remember, and they sold it as a high price. But what happened? It didn't make it. I don't know why. Maybe people realized it really wasn't that great. Evan Williams Green Label is still excellent and very affordable. I can get it for $9.99. Still love it. Is Schlitz or Rolling Rock better? I don't know myself. It's your show is awesome, Kevin. It's Schlitz is better. 10 points better out of 100. Evan Williams Green Label discontinued. I don't believe it. I think you're incorrect. I don't believe that. I just saw it. They got so much backstock of that, it could take 20 years for it to dissipate. In 2017, Seagram's VO told me that they got rid of their VO Gold, the 8-year aged. They said we discontinued it 2017. I still see fresh bottles coming in every day. Discontinued, still coming in. Evan Williams White. Oh, that's the Bottled and Bond. And any other Bottled and Bond whiskey is my go-to. That's a good choice. Can't go wrong with Bottled and Bond. Bland beer sells more volume. Yeah, says Jacob Downey. That's true. Is Modelo Especial overrated? No, it's not overrated. All right, that's it. Playoff time. Y'all go and watch the game. Good luck to everybody. Have a nice evening. Cheers.